One of Indonesia's candidates for Vice President, Mahfud MD, says he will be resigning from his ministerial position so he can fully commit to his role ahead of the elections and avoid a conflict of interest. President Joko Widodo has allowed Mr. Mahfud to resign from the cabinet. He is currently serving as the coordinating minister for political, legal and security affairs. He thanked President Widodo for honouring his resignation and said the decision was made so he can share data with the public more freely. In his campaign to become vice president alongside presidential candidate Ganjar Pranowo, he added that he is waiting for the right time to officially stand down and refrained from doing so before now to demonstrate good practice as a state official. Mr. Mahfud reiterated that he did not abuse power or resources for campaign purposes. Chatni Bhavani joins us for more from Jakarta. Chatni, tell us first about the significance of Mahfud MD's decision to step down and what that means in terms of the campaigning.
Well, I want to emphasize that at this point, Mr. Mahfud has not yet stepped down officially. Rather, he has simply stated his intention to do it, and he has said that he will resign from President Joko Widodo's administration, quote unquote, at the right time. Now, as for what it means for campaigning purposes, several things. On Tuesday, Mr. Mahfud said that the reason he wanted to resign was that so that he could freely disclose data and convey various criticisms to the government. And in fact, during Sunday's debate, we saw Mr. Mahfud level several criticisms at Mr. Widodo's administration for implementing policies that he said undermined the interests of the general public in favor of investments and industrialization. So stepping down from the cabinet would certainly allow him to level these criticisms freely and avoid conflicts of interest. And this, of course, follows his running mate and presidential candidate Ganjar Pranowo's call for candidates to relieve their roles in government to avoid any abuse of power. Now, as for Mr. Widodo's reaction to Mr. Mahfud's statements, Mr. Widodo has said that it was his right and that he respected it.
I want to ask you about another comment that was said today by Joko Widodo. He is insisting that a sitting president is free to back any presidential candidate and can even campaign for the candidate of his choice if he has some free time. How are those comments landing?
That's right. President Widodo did say that a sitting president is free to back any presidential candidate. He's entitled to campaign for a candidate of his choosing in his spare time. And he said that all of this was okay, provided that the sitting president makes no use of government facilities while doing so. Now, these further comments have not landed well. They have inflamed further outcry toward the president after his son, Gibran Rakabuming Raka, was announced as presidential candidate, Prabowo Subianto's VP pick, after a controversial court ruling enabled a way for him to run for office. While Mr. Widodo has not officially stated or announced his preference in public, he has signaled his support for Mr. Prabowo, and there has been mounting calls for candidates to resign out of concerns that they can use their political power to back a candidate.
Things heating up suddenly before the polls. Thank you very much. Chatni Bhavani reporting live from Jakarta.